Then I start sharing the screen with this one. And we stopped here with the sentence number 4. Sentence number 4, and where the task is to put the words in brackets in the correct order. So, and let us listen to Aidana. So, will you read this sentence, please?
Yes. So figure 3D shows that the difference returned to the level of pure graphene layer is 230 Celsius degrees.
Degrees centigrade. Okay, so you see, this is only the information, the data, pure data without any analysis. So, well, this is like the answer key. We were right, as shown, as figure shows. It can be observed in figure that. So this is the right order of sentences. So, and when you, for example, if you have any graphs or any figures in your research, and you give the caption for each figure or for each graph, and then in the text or in the results section, you should use these kind of phrases to present the results of your research, okay? And so we continue speaking about Max's results section. And so Max wants to compare and contrast the doping effect of TCNQ and F4 TCNQ. And we should read the following draft paragraph, and we should underline the phrases he uses to describe a comparison and the phrases he used to describe a contrast. As you see, we should find 2 comparison phrases and 3 contrast phrases. So, Ardak, will you read the whole extract, please? Ardak, read it.
Ой, извините, я не включила звук, оказывается.
Yes.
In contrast to F4 TCNQ, the non-fluorinated version TCNQ showed a far less effective charge transfer. Even so, the fluorine atoms are not directly involved in the charge transfer process. In the case of TCNQ, the electron affinity was 2.8 electrovolts compared to 5.24 electrovolts for F4 TCNQ, while charge neutrality was reached for F4 TCNQ. With TCNQ, the Fermi energy remained at least 0.25 electrovolts above the direct point as shown in figure 4. The maximum shift of the band structure was obtained for a TCNQ coverage of 0.4 nanometers. See figure 4D. Half that of F4 TCNQ, and no additional shift was observed for higher amounts of deposited molecules.
Well, so of course, it's not easy to understand what these abbreviations stand for, but we are interested only in the structure of the paragraph and the phrases, the general phrases, which can be applied to any kind of research. So comparison, where are the phrases that that are used to compare something?
In the second sentence, in the case of TCNQ, the electron affinity was 2.8 electrovolts compared to 5.24 electrovolts.
Yes, yes. So, yes, was compared. In the case, was compared. Okay. And where else?
And here, while charge neutrality of 40 CNQ, they are comparing their charge with TCNQ, the Fermi energy remains at least. This is also comparison.
Yes, so above, yes, some point.
Above, yes.
And contrast phrases. When we
the first sentence in contrast to.
Yes.
And
One. Aidana, can you help us?
Like
Contrasting
also
phrases.
like Ardak, and I'm trying to also find.
I see. I
But-
see.
And
what do you think about the use of while, for example, here? While.
this one is like вот эти слова, да? However,
Yes, yes. So when we compare something and we show that they are different, we contrast them. So we say while one data is that, the other is that. Yes. Okay. And pay attention to this phrase, half of, half that of. Yes. Половину чего-то. This is half that of. Okay, actually they are given here. So we have, so comparison phrases are far less effective. Yes, far less effective and compared to, as we said, and contrasting phrases in contrast to, while, half that of. So we can use these phrases when we write our research paper, just in the results section when we compare something. And so here we also have some useful phrases that are used by other researchers. The phrases in bold describe the results of a number of other experiments, not done by Max. The task is to match the beginnings from 1 to 8 to the endings from A to H to complete extracts from 8 different research papers. So just they are given here to show how the other phrases that show that when we compare something, the other phrases can be used. So Aidana, will you read number 1, please?
So, at high temperature and high pressure, olivine showed a noticeable drop in strength.
Do we understand what the phrase in bold, the highlighted phrase mean? A noticeable drop. How can we translate this?
Заметный этот скачок.
No. Да,
Или наоборот,
снижение, да, снижение. Да, показывает заметное снижение. Okay, Aidana, what about number 2?
The carbon nanotubes had an extremely high capacity.
Yes, extremely high. Чрезвычайно очень высокий потенциал какой-то, да? Extremely high. Okay. So, Artak, what about number 3?
For the hydroxide to fiber ratio of 4:1.
Yes.
Slight. Так.
Slight what? We need a noun. Должно быть существительное, да?
Yeah,
Differences были замечены между...
Differences were seen between the activation efficiency of natrium OH. OH and the kalium. Это калий.
No idea. OH, yes. Okay, so slight differences, небольшие различия. Yes, so this is the meaning of the phrase. Aidana, the next number 4, please.
TAGH had only a minor differences.
A minor. Shows that the noun should be in singular, but difference is in plural.
Effect.
Minor effects on DNA.
Yes.
C, it is C.
Yes, this is C.
Effect.
Okay. And we have had only a minor effect, небольшое изменение, да? Небольшое влияние на синтез ДНК. Okay, Artak, the next one, please.
The anxiety-related metabolic differences observed in
Urine.
were significantly reduced following 1 and 2 weeks of dark chocolate consumption.
Yes, we say.
Это правильно или
Yes, it's. You remember that once we were speaking about the experiment with just eating chocolates.
Можно глагол поставить или
Нет, как раз здесь
сравнительно.
как раз глаголы и есть were significantly reduced. Yes? You remember the experiment about eating chocolates and how eating chocolate influences the metabolism or just anyway the health of people, how they feel. Yes? And you remember that they were investigating urine, so to make the analysis and to count some data, some substances in this liquid. Do you remember? Okay, so we say were significantly reduced.
What is the urine?
Урина, моча. То есть, когда люди поедали шоколад, и вот урина была исследована, и сравнивали до того, как они начали есть шоколад, и после того. Ну, у нас же был такой, как-то мы с вами говорили об этом, еще когда мы...
Anxiety, это же тревога, да?
Да. То есть, как люди себя чувствовали, то есть уровень их тревожности, он повышался или понижался, что-то такое вот было.
Понижался, да, когда они ели темный шоколад.
Да, после 2 недель потребления шоколада. Окей, значительно снизился. Окей. So, Aidana, number 6, please.
There were only marginal differences in the pH and temperature over the 3 months periods.
Okay. Marginal differences. There were only marginal differences. Marginal differences. Незначительные изменения. Yes. Okay, and Ardak, number 7 is for you.
The robot demonstrated looping behavior that was similar to that of the real mouse, and was also highly similar, and also highly. Так, что мне осталось? Successful at locating the word source.
Okay. So, highly successful at locating. Довольно успешные, да, в определении чего-то там. So, also useful phrase. And Aidana, number 8 is for you.
When running horizontally on the high friction surface, T, I guess is temperature, or T Mauritanica's average speed was considerably was considerably successful at locating the abort source.
no.
Нет, не подойдет, да?
We need an adjective.
Considerably
An adjective.
slower,
Yes.
F будет.
Yes, yes. Considerably slower than. Значительно медленнее, чем. Yes. So these words, we have the adjectives and we have the adverbs that add some meaning to the phrases. And the question is, which phrases in bold are adjectives and which are adverbs? And which of them express a large degree or a small degree? Let us focus on large degree, высокая степень какая-то. For example, in number 1, we have a noticeable drop. Noticeable, this is an adjective, yes, because it is used with a noun. То есть с существительными используются прилагательные, они определяют какое-то свойство существительного. А с глаголами используются adverbs, наречия. Они определяют какое-то свойство глагола. Так вот, noticeable, noticeable. Is it high, is it a large degree or small degree? Ladies? Why?
Заметное.
Заметное. Large degree, of course, yes. Then we have extremely high capacity. Is it large or small? Change. Extremely. This is large.
Large.
Large. And extremely, what part of speech is it? Is it an adjective or an adverb? Часть речи какая?
Adjective.
Extremely high.
Нет, как, значит, adverb
Да,
будет.
у нас, потому что у нас high, это тоже прилагательное, это adverb перед ним идет, да? This is an adverb. Then in number 3, we have slight differences within, slight difference. Yes, this is a small degree, and slight is also an adjective, прилагательное. Then in number 4, we have had only a minor effect. Minor effect. Is it small or large? Small, yes, small degree. And this is also an adjective. Then in number 5, we are significantly, number 5, significantly reduced. So significantly, this is an adverb because reduce is a verb. Он стоит перед глаголом, это наречие. And is it large or small degree?
Large degree.
Yes. Then number 6, marginal differences, yes. Marginal.
Marginal. Ардах, ты же говорила, какой это marginal? Я забыла.
Ты говорила marginal effect?
Marginal.
Нет, marginal, слово.
Marginal.
Незначительный.
Marginal.
Незначительный? Тогда это будет.
Okay, you say small degree, yes? Okay,
Small
then number 7 was also highly successful. Highly is an adverb, large degree, and number 8, considerably slower. Considerably.
Small degree.
It's large degree. Yes, considerably. Yes. Here is the answer. So large degree. Noticeable, extremely, significantly, highly, considerably. Вот эти слова показывают высокую степень изменений каких-то, там повышения или понижения. And small degree is slight, minor, marginal. So we can use these words, these adverbs and adjectives in your paper, describing some kind of process, results, and so on. Do you see? Well, and so our next challenge, what is it? So we should complete the paragraph from the results section of the paper using the words and phrases in the box. So here we can use some phrases, some general phrases that can be used in any kind of research. And we can see the contrast phrases and the adjectives or adverbs that show the degree of changes. So let us start to listen to Aidana. Read it, please.
During the rapid heating, the Ni near the Ni, what element is this?
No idea. We don't need
Okay,
to
so let's
understand
go
all the
with
details.
Ni. Okay,
Nickel,
near the
maybe.
nickel or silicon. No, it's not silicon. It's like
You read just SiC.
okay, SiC interface reacted with the SiC, which resulted in carbon atoms moving into the Ni. The carbon atoms then separated onto the surface of the Ni during the cooling procedure, forming graphene layers, as can be seen in figure 1b.
Right.
Okay, in fact, the graphene generated
Easier. Easier is a kind of contradiction. Да, вот у нас предложение есть. Дальше. When we compare.
Может быть, noticeable thicker graphene.
No.
Generated
You should use one phrase in number one.
Inconsiderably.
Not that one. По сравнению. По сравнению.
In contrast to, я вот это слово не вижу. In contrast to the graphene generated using a single crystalline SiC, the graphene synthesized by this process is considerably easier to remove from the SiC surface.
Yes, stop. Let's stop here. Let's stop here. One paragraph is enough. So yes, you're right. And the next paragraph is for Ardak. Read it, please. Ardak?
Just a moment. Slower heating rate.
We need a verb. Глагол здесь нужен, да?
A slower heating rate resulted in a longer process. As shown in figure 4, more carbon atoms were released into the
Ni.
In a long process. Higher carbon concentration in the Ni produced noticeably thicker carbon nanofilm on the Ni surface, while a lower carbon concentration reduced the thickness of the carbon nanofilm and the formed graphene.
Yes, so you see, this is the results section, and there is no explanation of anything. I mean, we don't give our opinion about the meaning of the results. We just only describe the results. Okay, and so just one more time to remind about the IMRAD structure anyway. So you remember that our paper consists of these sections where we have introduction, then followed by literature review, then there should be the description of method, results, and after the results we need to write the discussion section followed by conclusion. So now we have discussed how to describe results section, what to write there, and now we are coming to preparing and writing the discussion section in our research. And here we continue speaking about Max and Florence. Max is PhD student and Florence is his supervisor. And Max is asking Florence for advice on writing up the discussion section of his paper. Let us look at some of the questions. Max asks Florence, and the question is, can you answer any of them? Aidana, will you read the first question and tell us your opinion about this?
Okay. Should I work through my discussion in the same order I used for results? Should I work through my...
I mean, in the results section, there was a kind of the order of description of, for example, experiments and
No, not. Mhm.
and experiment number 1 shows that and that. Experiment number 2, number 3, number 4. And should we follow the same order of ideas in the discussion section, or should we change the order of narration? What do you think?
I think it's not necessarily to follow the same rules as in results section. Why? Because we are not describing something like some achievements or something like this as in results section. But in discussion, we will, well, as I understood, it's like a general part in generally what's like spheres it can touch, what kind of disadvantages or advantages it might have or might not have. Well, so therefore I think that it's not he doesn't have to strictly follow the rules as he used to follow for the results section.
I see, I understand, good. So what about number 2, Ardak? What do you think?
Can I mention any new results?
So we are speaking about discussion section. Can I mention any new results in the discussion section? What do you think?
He shouldn't mention any new results in discussion section.
Okay.
Because we already see the results of the work that done by him.
Yes.
That was done, and in discussion section we should compare or discuss only that results of work that was done in the previous section, in the results section.
Okay, good. So question number 3, Aidana.
Question number 3.
3.
Question number 3. Do I need to mention the results again? No, he doesn't have to, because he already he have already done it on the results section, and there is no need to repeat it because you can also discuss it.
Yes. Okay, I see. So the 4th is for Ardak.
Can I refer to the to other work that's been done in the area? Yes, because in the discussion section we always compare the results that we take with other maybe research works that that kind of experiment similar to us in the work that was done, and we compare the results in discussion section.
Yes, exactly. Okay, Aidana, what about number 5?
Number 5, in terms of language, is there anything in particular I should be careful with? Yes, I think maybe it's could be some like not really scientific words because it is if we're talking about scientific research, then of course there should be some relevant or like appropriate words or phrases. So like and like slangs, например,
Yes,
instead of saying it's a kind of a material, it's better to say like this type of a material. I don't know, it's just an example.
Exactly. Okay. Now, this is our opinion about what how the discussion section should be organized and written. And now we have the same questions, and we are going to listen to the conversation between Florence and Max and make notes on the answers that Florence gives to Max's questions. Do you see? The same questions, now listening to us. I think we have 8 minutes left. So we'll we can just listen. And you tell me if you hear or not.
8.3.
Слышно?
So my discussion section should explain how my results relate to my hypothesis, what they mean.
Yes. So, for example, you could talk about how the fluorine groups are important for electron transfer. That would be an interpretation.
Okay, so in terms of the order, should I work through my discussion in the same order I used for the results?
Yeah, definitely. You need to basically comment on all the results you mentioned in the same order and say what they mean.
And can I mention any new results in this part, or just the ones I've already written about in the results section?
If it's a result worth mentioning, it should be in the results.
And do I need to mention the results again? I assume not, but don't I need to remind the reader what the results were before I interpret them?
Well, that's a tricky one. You certainly don't need to mention all the results in detail, but you're right, you might need to make a reference to them.
So how can I include that information, but without repetition?
Well, you can use noun phrases. That's a quick and easy way to sum up your results without having to describe them all over again.
Right, I see. So I'm not actually repeating the results, more summarizing them further. And can I refer to other work that's been done in the area?
Oh, sure. It's good to tie your work into what others say to support your interpretation, or to other work you've done.
And in terms of language, is there anything in particular I should be careful with?
Well, the most difficult thing, I think, is being concise, not using too many words. But that's always a problem for me, too, actually.
Well, what was Florence's answer to the first question about the order? Should the order be the same as in the results section?
Yes.
Yes, it should be the same. What about the second? Can I mention any new results?
No, the results, yes? No.
No new results. If you are speaking about the results, it should be in the results section, she says, right?
Yes.
What about number 3? Do I need to mention the results again?
No, he might need a reference, but
Yeah.
no, he might need to mention the results, but not
in detail, she says.
Yeah, but not in detail, like
Yes.
using noun phrases.
Yes, she suggests to use noun phrases, okay? And number 4 about referring to other work that has been done in the area. Can we refer to the other scientists in this the discussion?
Sure.
Yes, we were right about this. And in terms of language, is there anything in particular I should be careful with? What does Florence say about this?
Be careful not to use too many words.
Yes, she's speaking about being concise. Нужно быть кратким. Yes, so actually we were right in most of our answers. So, and if we move to the next slide.
8.3.
Yes, to the next slide. What can we see? We can see that Florence advises Max to use noun phrases. Noun phrases consists of a noun plus something, yes? То есть фразы, строящиеся вокруг существительного. Noun phrases can be used to summarize a lot of information efficiently. The task is to read a paragraph from an early draft of Max's paper and then complete the sentences from a later draft using the words and phrases in the box. То есть он поменял форму изложения, да? So he followed the advice to use noun phrases given by Florence. So the phrases we need to complete, to write in the gaps are deposition of, electron transfer, from, movement of, and towards. Let us read the early draft of Max's paper, of this paragraph. Ardak, will you read it? Which is given to
The Fermi level moves towards the direct point. When this happens, it indicates that F40CNQ has been deposited. When the F40CNQ has been deposited, the electrons are activated. When the electrons are activated, they are transferred from graphene towards the molecule.
And Aidana will read the paragraph which was improved just using the correct words. Aidana, the part which is given to the right.
Okay. The deposition of Fermi level. No?
No,
No.
the movement of Fermi
Uh-huh.
level towards the direct point indicates that deposition of F40CNQ activates electron transfer from graphene towards the molecule.
Yes, you're right. Actually, so we need to do some just maybe exercises on noun phrases, and I'll try to find the exercise to noun phrase to practice as a home task. Okay. So and
Okay.
well, anyway, you just to understand and remember better, you can just look at the presentation. I'll place the presentation on the site, and anyway, you have the book in the electronic version. You can check it one more time if you need. Now we have only 1 minute left of the second class, and so just let us meet in 10 minutes for our final hour, okay?
Okay.
See you in 10 minutes.
See you.